Good evening, guys. This is Jessica Lux and Raul Mira with our weekly social media workshops. And today we're going to follow up with what we talked about last week, which was growing your network and working your social medias, keeping them active and having what was the word? Omnipresence for your business. And it is important, especially nowadays. I feel like I touched on last week, nowadays social media is way better, way easier, way faster to grow your business, any type of business that you have, whether it's an establishment or a crafts business, like something that you do at home, like candles, nails, paintings, photography, network marketing, whatever it is. Social media is going to help you expand your business massively faster than going door to door and knocking on people's door and leaving flyers, or leaving flyers on cars, which now people don't even look at flyers, they grab it and throw it out. So social media is definitely the way to go for my experience. I'll touch a little bit on that. I started my social media 6 years ago. I opened a brand new page. I didn't have social medias at all. I had no Facebook, no Instagram, nothing. I've been having Instagram for like 4 or 5 years and never really used them until recently. So I'm growing that page, but my Facebook was brand new. I had 0 friends, and I've been able to grow it over the years. And most of the people that I have on social media have become good friends. And just a few days ago, it was a great reminder of how the power of social media is so big. I was talking to a friend that was inquiring information about my business, and she was talking to another friend that was right there with her. And she said, but my problem when I join a business is that, and we're talking about network marketing, is that I don't have people to buy my product and to join my opportunity. I don't know how to do that. And I'm like, social media. And I'm like, but I was trying to help her out to make some sense to her. And I told her, look, your friend, Ileana, and I have been knowing each other for 5 years. We met each other on social media, and we have been really good friends. And we haven't met each other. We're always telling each other, I can't wait to see each other and meet each other and hug each other and stuff like that. So the power of social media is amazing, especially when you're able to connect with people that truly, truly you can build a relationship. And that's essentially what you want to do on social media for your business. Again, for any type of business, I gave you guys an example last week of a nail business on how I was looking for a nail technician, and I was not able to see a face on that profile. And I'm like, I can't trust that. I can't see who's behind that profile. What if it's a creeper when I get to the house? So you never know. So you want to put on your face on your social media, and you want to have a presence. You want people to get to know you and gain their trust. And now there's so many ways to do it. So we talked about that last week, to do reels, lives, post. Am I forgetting something? stories, and do all of it on all your platforms. So if you have TikTok, if you have Facebook, Instagram, do them on all. And that doesn't mean that you have to create content for all of it. You can repurpose your content. What you make for Instagram, you can just copy paste it, put it on your Facebook. If you make a video for your TikTok, download it, remove the watermark, and post it on your Instagram. And then your stories is super easy. You just link it to your Facebook, and whatever you put on Instagram is just automatically going to go to your Facebook story. So you don't have to spend all day. But let's not get sidetracked. I want to talk about a method that I have been implementing, and it could get a little bit hard. And I'm telling you, because at the beginning, I didn't have a schedule, and then I get off of the schedule, and then I forget to keep on that rhythm, and it's called the 4-2-1 method. So you do want to get a planner, whether it's digital or you have a page or you have an actual, booklet, a book planner, and organize this method. So you know what to post on what day to post, and you organize it for all the types of exposures. Yes, the 4-2-1 formula. So what I mean by that is your written post have to have that formula. Your TikToks, your stories, your lives, everything has to be synchronized. So for example, today, let me pull up and share the graphics so you guys can see. Let me pull it up from my phone. I'm seeing a bunch of new things on here, so excuse me that I'm getting distracted because there's a lot of new features here, right? On Zoom, and I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool. I'll explore some other time. I updated the app a little earlier. No wonder. Yeah, this is all new. So let me go to my camera roll. And again, I'm about to go on a 90-day run. So I'm going to have to organize this for myself so I don't fall off the pattern. So I don't fall off the pattern. That's the same thing but different. It's for a specific thing. So you guys can see this. They can see this, babe? Yeah. Okay. So this is awesome. So you can zoom it, and don't worry if you're in my Telegram channel. I am going to post this graphic on there so you can have it as reference, and then you can print yourself out a sheet for the week or for the month, or you can get a digital. I can provide you guys a digital graphic for a weekly planner too, so you can fill it out digitally as well. I'll put it in the chat, those two things, once we're done. So the 4-2-1 method is 4 posts about you and your life that's inspirational, fun, something real, and relatable. That's the first part, the four first type of post or that you're going to do for your business. The second one is lifestyle, entertaining, and educational. And the last one is business post, opportunity, call to action, click for more info. This part, you're more direct. So we'll go over it. I just read it for you. So 4 days out of the week, you're going to focus solely on you and having people to get to know you. Like, for example, one day you can just make a post about your favorite quote, or how you love painting, or your favorite color, or how much you love the beach, or something about you. That falls in the category of real, like something about you that your platform, your audience is going to learn about you. Now, this has to be synced to all the ways of exposures. What does that mean? Your reel that day has to be about you. Your stories have to be about you. Your post that day has to be about you. And your live has to be about you. So you can pick something that your audience is going to get to know you that day. For those 4 next days, and you can organize this. Okay, on Monday, I'm going to do inspirational. So I'm going to do a live about my favorite quote or my favorite book or something like that. And your reel, your TikTok, you're going to make an inspirational reel as well. Your stories is going to have inspirational stuff that day. And you guys get the point. Your post is going to have an inspirational post. The next day, you're going to focus on something fun. Like if you guys saw my reel yesterday on Instagram, I try to be fun and also give a fun fact about me. I know how to cook. And if you give me the task to cook, I will cook a delicious meal, but I hate cooking. So I made a funny reel about that. And even my mom was laughing and she's like, I'm going to come help you next week with some cooking so I can give you some ideas on what to make. And she thought it was funny. So that's another example. So your reels, your post, your live can be about something fun that day. The third day, you can focus on something relatable. Something relatable is, for example, can you give me an example of something relatable? Okay, I got one for us, and I'm gonna say about like us women. It's a woman example. So men, Ro can give us his example right now in a second, from a men's perspective. For women, I can talk about how I struggle with stress, because of the housework, the overwhelm of like having kids and taking care of the house, and something like that. Or I can talk about woman issues when it comes to weight, like something relatable that you know that you can relate to your audience. Because if your audience is mostly moms, you want to talk about something that you want to relate to your audience. And if mine is full of moms, for example, what is the example that you were going to say, Ro?
Oh, for
relatable. Are you unmuted?
So one example that I was thinking, that this could be for everyone, but I mean, obviously, probably women will use it more because I saw it in this mom quotes. Is having boys is Fortnite, Roblox, what is it? Fortnite, Roblox, and fighting with them to take a shower and brush their teeth, right? And it's like this funny image, right? And a lot of people can relate. Like if you have boys, this quote was like a perfect description. That makes sense.
That's a good one. I love it. That is so true. That is parents. That's actually parent life.
Yeah, that's parent life.
That's parent for men and women. So 4 days, you want to do the top part where it says 4 posts about you and your life. The second category, I'm going to give you some examples. You want to do what kind of like elude the business, and eluding the business or your product, whether it's something that you make at home, or nails, or network marketing, or you have a service-based business. You want to elude the business. So what does this mean? You're not being so direct, but you're keeping some curiosity. You can put, for example, like let's say if you're in the beauty industry, you can go live and do your makeup on live, but not necessarily talk about your product. If you do nails, go live showing a nail set, or making a reel with before and afters of nail sets, stuff like that. You're eluding, not really talking about your business, but you're showing or showcasing your business or your product. I mean, not your business, your product. So you want to do kind of like you're flirting with your audience, showing them a sneak peek. Okay. And there's different things you can do with that. With number 2. And then the third part is your direct, that this day, there's one day out of the week. So this entire week, you've been sharing yourself. Let me go back so you guys can see my face. This entire week, you've been sharing yourself. This entire week, you've been offering value. You've been having your audience to get to know you. you've been kind of flirting with them and showing them their product, your services, or your business, but you haven't really been direct. One day out of the week, you're going to be like, hey, this is my business. This is my product. Let's buy it. You want to be super direct, and you can do it in different forms. Obviously, that day you're going to put, for example, you're going to do a reel with your product and say, comment below if you need energy, comment below if you need a nail set, comment below if you need new makeup, comment below, whatever, right? Whatever business that you're in. You're live, you're gonna go live and talk about either your product or your opportunity. Say how much is it? Like if it's a product, you're gonna say how much is it? Where can they buy it? And maybe you can talk a little bit about it. You can talk about your product or your service, and don't give full details because you want to keep some for an inbox conversation. Just go over like, this is the service that I offer, or this is the product that helps you with X, Y, and Z thing, or this is the business that has changed my life and I would like to share with you guys, and I'm going to give you some details about it, but don't give the full details. You're going to be really direct one day out of the week. Now, this is going to help you not to be spammy. This is going to help you not to overwhelm your audience with product, business, product. Because if you keep doing only talking about your business and only talking about your product, you're going to bore your audience. They're going to start unfollowing you or unfriending you or just scrolling way past you. They're just going to get bored. So you want to keep your audience and your friends entertained by sharing a little bit of everything, right? 4 days is all going to be about you. 2 days is going to be about flirting with your audience, with your business or your product. And then 1 day you're going to be just, boom, here it is, buy it now, go to the link in my bio. Okay, and if you don't have a link in your bio, you need one. And we can talk about that in another training, but you need to have a link in your bio with your product, your services, or whatever that you're offering. Even if it's a home-based business, you can have a milkshake link in your bio with at least a link for your email or a way for people to contact you. And like I said, I will provide this in the chat so you have the formula. This formula, I've learned it from seven-figure earner. And it works. Obviously it works. It's an excellent formula. It's something that it can help you just not be spammy in your business. It's so easy to always talk about your product or your service or your business, because we're passionate about what we do, what we sell, or what we offer, and you want to avoid that. So I'm going to share the formula one more time, but again, just for those that are not in the chat, so you can, if you want, in the Telegram chat, if you want, you can screenshot this, or just ask me to send you the link so you can have the Telegram and you could get this formula. Again, I will provide this formula and a weekly planner so you can put it however you want to place it. I will suggest to keep Saturday and Sunday, actually keep Sunday away from business or away from product or anything that has to do with your business, just because Sunday is the day that people are least on social media. So I would tell you, or the way that I do it, my 4-to-1 method, I do Monday through Thursday, my 4 personal posts, and then I do Friday business post, and then the other 2 days which it could be Saturday, yeah, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be personal and also eluding my business, just so they don't forget about me. You can do it however you want to. I'm just giving you suggestions at the days that they're like list people on social media. I have found, in my personal opinion, Sundays are days that people are not on there. So you don't want to pick your business day. You don't want to pick your business day to be Sunday. Just, you can apply this 4-2-1 method formula to your posts, to your reels, to your lives, to your social medias, but just leave Sunday away from business or opportunities or call to actions. Okay. Now, Raul is going to help us out with routine. He is on how to keep discipline and routine. He's more of the he's the organized person out of the two of us. And he's always telling me, like, get your planner, get a notebook, write things down, organize yourself. And that's how you're going to keep routine. So he's going to help us how to keep routine and this formula. So it becomes part of you. Because once you do something for so long, it just becomes part of you. So just stay consistent and create it, make it a routine, and it will just automatically be something that is just part of your life. So take it away. Go ahead, Raul.
Thank you. Thank you for all that. I threw in the chats a couple of things there for you guys to be able to look at that as well. About what she's talking about. There's some couple of ideas there when it comes to the that topic that she's just touched. For example, mom stuff, parenting, economy, gas prices, being at home, working world, the pandemic, pets, games, hobbies, fun things to do. Obviously, when you go into specifics, like, let me put it this way for you guys. If I'm religious and I only post about my religion, no matter how big my religion is, I'm very limited in how much people I'm going to touch, right? So obviously that's something personal that we want to share. We want to be able to word it in a way where it could be something accepted by all, right? Like, think about it this way. What is your niche, right? What are you guys known for? So it's very tricky when it comes to it, and you get better at it. That's why it's so important to be consistent and to be present in social media, because guess what? You learn from your posts. Fraser talks about a tracker. You can track your post performance. I dare you guys to go in, let's look at the month of January, or pick a month of December, right? Obviously, you don't want to dig too far, depending how many times you are posting a day, but think about a month, and let's go look at all your posts. Okay. How successful are your posts, and has something made them more successful? Let's look at the posts and how they are successful. So now you want to pull these elements that are making your post successful, and you want to apply them to the 4-2-1, because obviously the 4 are going to be more successful than the 2 and the 1. Okay, your opportunity posts are not going to be that successful as your 4 that are all about you and things that have nothing to do with your business. And obviously the product one is probably the one that's going to suffer the most if you do it wrong. Okay, there's a way to do it right. Obviously, when you're going to post, let's say you guys do makeup and skincare, whatever it is that you do, or health and wellness, as soon as you post pictures of your product, that's going to get buried 6 feet underground, if not further down. Okay. But if you post pictures of yourself looking real nice, drinking the product, and explaining to people how you feel when you drink it, now, bingo, that is great. So it all goes back to your caption. So again, as we talked yesterday, we talked last week about being present in your content. Okay. So it's important that you go and look at posts that are successful. And let me tell you guys off the bat, there's going to be a couple of things that are going to be there present. One of them, it's going to be a selfie, pictures of your kids, pictures of you as a couple, pictures of your loved ones, pictures of your house, outdoors, nature, somewhere beautiful, your car, everything that people are supposed to automatically like. Now, remember, put it this way. Let's just say that people didn't even read what you had to say, but they liked your post. That gives you an excuse to go on Messenger and talk to them. What this means is, if someone liked your post and you were talking about how great this business has been for you and how you get to help people with it, for example, you're gonna go on Messenger and get an excuse, and you can even take a screenshot of the post so they know what the heck you're talking about, right? And you can be like, hey, thanks so much for liking my post. I really appreciate the love. It means the world to me. By the way, were you interested in what I do, or were you just being supportive? No worries if not, just thought I would ask. That's just an example, right? And this is how you apply everything else that we're going to be learning in these courses once we start getting into Messenger and how to talk to people. Because just so you guys know, the money of your business is in conversation, and those conversations you're not really going to be able to have in your posting. But your posting is important for people to get to know you, for people to see you consistently, for you to touch and network and meet people and be able to become friends with them. And that's how you turn a cold market, someone that doesn't know you, into someone that knows you and sees you daily. So as I mentioned last time, guys, I want you guys to get to, if you want to grow your network, you gotta know your network. Okay. So one thing I emphasize is the fact that we are in a business where we have to give. But I explained to you guys last week that most of us, what we want to do is take. When I'm selling you a product, when I'm offering you the business, what am I doing? I'm being selfish. All I'm thinking about is my interest. Okay, don't forget that. So you need to dedicate time to interacting with people before you even go and post. So that way you're giving back. So when you're scrolling down, make sure you're commenting, you're giving love, you're giving support, you're giving ideas. You're really sometimes taking the time to read what they have to say and use more than a few words, right? You can actually Google this information, but they say that if you use about 5 words and they're meaningful, not just one word, that's going to be the best result of you interacting with people. Okay. So if you want to get some response from your people, from your audience, guess what, guys? You guys are gonna have to get ready to give. Okay. And if you guys know me, and if I have you as friends, you'll know that usually I love your post and then I go and comment. Okay. So obviously I agree with what you have to say, right? I don't just do it because it's homework, but yes, I do it because it's homework. And we'll get to that homework aspect right now. Um, so it's very important that we remember to give, and it's very important that we remember what posts are successful and how we can bring those elements and implement them into the 442 421, I'm sorry. Okay, so for example, the first four are things that are probably going to get you a lot of hits because they're personal, they're relatable to people, you're flirting with them, like she said. Those are different elements, so you always want to somehow bring in your niche to the table, and also how can I say, um, remind them of who you are at the same time. Okay. um, and you can even put call to actions in those. For example, if you're doing something that's inspirational and motivational, have people read a sentence that they can repeat and type in the comments, right? Because don't forget this, guys, comments are gold. And I want to show you guys how to work with comments, because a lot of you guys know in my trainings I talk about using comments. Comments are like keys to unlock your post to be more successful with the algorithm. Okay, comments are important, and you guys will know that every time that you comment on something of mine, I don't answer your comment until about an hour later. And there's a reason why I do that. Even if there's a million comments coming in, I won't answer all of them back to back. There's a reason why I do that. I let the comments sit there, because every time someone comments, including myself, in my post, it throws it back to the algorithm. Your post lives lifespan of your post is about 6 hours. So in those 6 hours, all those comments that are coming in, they're super important. So you want to really savor them. And then that's how you can have a post last days and sometimes even weeks. Okay. So again, we'll go into screen share. We'll go into further stuff. I just want to give you guys a sneak peek of what's going to happen soon. So remember, I dare you guys to go and look at this month, couple of weeks, and look at your posts and how they are successful. If you guys are still posting pictures of your business and things like that in your products that you're trying to sell, I'm sure those are going to be the hardest ones to actually get attraction. Don't forget to include a picture of yourself. A lot of times people are being lazy. Include a picture of yourself or made a collage in which you're holding the product. You're like, this is my baby, and that's going to be a lot better. Or I have my baby here and I have my actual pet here. Those are things that are super important. So pictures of your pets, pictures of yourself, those are going to be amazing. Make sure that you learn what works for you, and you always remember that before you post. Okay. And go back to last week's training so you guys can hear about the quality and the importance of your quality in your posts. Okay. And now moving on to your two when you're ones, when you're going to talk about the products and when you're going to talk about the business, you always want to end with a question or with a call of action. That's something we have to get used to it. I'm still getting used to it, and a lot of times I forget to do so. But calls to actions are super important. Use it and use it and use it, and you're going to be automatic at it. Okay. Um, babe, there was something that you said. I wanted to review what you said, but there's something specifically that you wanted me to share. Can you remind me real quick?
Routine.
Mm, perfect. So I'm gonna share with you guys an ideal list. I also put it in the chat. The importance of having a planner, a schedule, a notebook, something in paper. You can work digital, but Eric Worre recommends that we also use paper, and I see why. Okay, so for example, there's a tracker that you can use for conversations. There's a tracker you can use for posts that are successful. You can actually create an Excel sheet. Sometimes some people are into that stuff and it's fun. Some people are not. Fine, there's absolutely no problem, but you can easily write down, hey, you know what, my post from this day was just amazing. Okay, so you want to build a routine so you can make your job a lot easier, because obviously network marketing or promoting a business or growing your online presence, right? What is one of the things that we always tell people? Hey, you can work your own hours, you can make your own schedule, right? Like 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 Jesse Lee tells you straight up, like, this business is hard work. Like, this ain't no joke, right? But we need to find a way to make it essential. I mean, we need to find a way to make it not essential. There's a word I was gonna say. um, we need to make this business work for us in a way that we can make it. I don't want to say the word simple. I want to say the word efficient. Okay, I want this business to work out for you, because getting burned out, getting overwhelmed, it's not going to help you, especially when you know that promoting your business is hard and seeing results are not overnight. Okay. There's a lot of consistent work, and that's the reason why we want to have some sort of schedule or some sort of routine to focus on the activity. Fraser teaches the importance of not having a goal mindset. And this is the reason why I don't want to confuse you guys, but actually having the growth mindset. So let me explain what that means. Goal mindset, it's like your vision board, it's like your to-do list, it's like your niche, your why, everything that you are working so hard for. Why are you starting your own business? Why are you working online? Why are you going through all this trouble when you can just go get a job? That is your goal mindset. But guess what? You give yourself a goal. Hey, I'm going to recruit 10 people in 10 days. What is going to happen the moment that you do not recruit 10 people in 10 days, guys? Okay. What is going to happen when you don't sell $100 of product a day after a week, when you said you were going to do it? You are going to get discouraged. You are most likely going to quit on yourself. Okay. So the reason is because that's what happens when you have a goal mindset. So set yourself the goal, but guess what? You need to have a growth mindset. And how does that look like? You focus on the activities. So how are you going to focus on the activities if you don't know what your activities are? Well, you're going to create a list, and that's what I'm talking about. You create a list of what your activities, your basic activities are, and you can start very simple to ease yourself in. And as you become more hardcore and more mature and better at this, guess what's going to happen? You can add to that list. Okay. So let me give you guys an example, and we will also send it in a graphic of what a list for me looks like. So last week we talked about being on social media and being present, right? So shout out to my son, um, being present, right? So think about it this way. I need to be present on my stories, right? Okay, so on my list, I'm gonna write down stories. Pick a time where you can do stories. Obviously, if you're going to Disneyland for the day, there's gonna be a lot of stories happening during the day. If you go eat somewhere, boom, that's a story. If there's traffic, if there's a comet, if there's an eclipse, if the moon is beautiful, if it starts raining all of a sudden, if you found $100 bill, if you met someone special, what did you eat for lunch? You went out to the park with your kids. Those are all stories that are happening in your life. But guess what? Like, there's a good chance you might not be able to register everything that's happening in your stories. So, how can you keep consistent? You found a time of day, whether it is nighttime or the morning, in for you to post your stories that you want up, and then whatever else happens after that, it's extra. What do I mean by that? Choose, I don't know, 5 to 10 of them. If you're good at posting stories throughout the day, perfect. If you're not, you need to pick a time either in the morning, early in the morning, or late at night to post all your stories, because stories last 24 hours. That's a good news. You do the stories at once in one sit down for 10 to 15 minutes, right? This is where power hours come in. You give yourself 10 to 15 minutes in your list. I am going to focus on stories. So use the 4-2-1 method on stories, or 3-3-1 method on stories, whatever there may be. That means that you're got some stories of some funny stuff. You got some stories about family, friends, and all the stuff that you love. You got some stories about your products and business and the business opportunity as well. Okay, so those stories are all there mixed in. Things that you're passionate about, your business opportunity, and your products. And I take advantage, and I am a lot more spammy on my stories. That's a good place for you to be spammy, but not on your posts. Okay, because people are watching and people have to know what you are about, right? It's going to take too long for you to just do 4-2-1, and obviously you're messaging people, but your stories is a good chance to do questions, to do quizzes, and to do polls. And that's where you can throw in a little bit about your business and your products, because people see that, and you can do musics, and you can do gives, and you can do, again, polls, and etc. So that's a perfect place. You can even share your reels, and if your reels are about your business or the product, boom, people see it on the stories. The good thing also is that if you're working Instagram and Facebook, you post them on Instagram and then they roll over to your Facebook. That is perfect. Okay. So now you understand. Put it on your list, guys. Thing number one, do your stories either early in the morning before people wake up, whenever you wake up, or I would suggest late at night before you go to sleep. One of the last things I do is, I got to do my stories. Why? Because my stories are going to be up for 24 hours. So guess what? I haven't had to do stories all day, except if all the new stuff that comes up, then I put it there. So that way I have 24 hours that I don't have to worry about having stories, and people have 24 hours to look at my stuff. Okay. So that's where you take 10, 15 minutes to do that. Next thing on your list, your post. That's where you take 10 minutes, 5 minutes, or a couple of minutes to really think about what you're going to post about, what you're going to say. And that's where you use the schedule that she gave you, or the 4-2-1. Don't forget, your post has to have quality, the images, the captions, the wordings, the intention behind it. What is it that you are trying to convey? What is your goal with this post? Okay. Next one, going live. I would like you guys to go live as much as you can, even though, Facebook continues to change and reels are it right now. Jessie Lee's on a 90-day run, and she's going live like I don't know how many times a day. Jessica will know better. I can't keep up with her. I'm not gonna watch all her lives, but she's going live. So she's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. She's there. So I gave myself a goal, and I have not broken it. Right. My goal is to go live once a day, Monday through Friday, except for holidays. But now I started sneaking in a second live. That's me trying to outdo myself and work harder than my own expectations. But my expectations are to do one live a day. Okay. The more you go live, the better you get at it. The more you go live, it's going to improve everything overall in your algorithm. And you want to be that person that people can count on, that it's going to go live at the same time every day. Okay. So that's where people get to see you and know what you sound like. And that's when you get inspiration. And that's when you get better at a whole different ballgame. Okay. Going live is powerful and it's important. So put it on your list. Okay. Now, I mentioned one post because, that for me, that's super important. But if you're going to post, they recommend 3 times a day most, and at certain times, like at least 6 hours apart. So if you want to do that formula and that works for you, great. If 2 posts work for you, great. If 3 posts work for you, great. For me, if 1 post works for me, as long as it's really good, I expect it to blow up. If my post doesn't blow up and it doesn't give me the result I want, guess what? I'm going to post again. And sometimes that second post is the one that goes on fire. So that's how I analyze my posting. I have that rule that I'm going to post in the morning, but if that post doesn't work out, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to post again. If you have a special event going on, post again. If anything comes up, post again, right? But again, the whole point is that you have that list ready with your stories, your one post or whatever, and your live video in there. So that way you don't forget. So you can check it off during the day that you are doing what you're supposed to do. Okay. So everybody has to get to know their algorithm so you can figure out what you're going to do. Next thing on your list, it should be that you should be doing a reel. You can do the same one for TikTok, for Instagram, and Facebook. Fraser will tell you that because they are busy people. So they will tell you that you want to automate a lot of this stuff, guys. So before I go into the reel, don't forget that if you post on Instagram with hashtags and they roll over to Facebook, that's terrible for you. So make sure you have no hashtags on your Facebook. And if you do, make sure it's only like one or two. Okay. So at most. So, and obviously the algorithm is going to continue developing, and that hashtag thing is also going to change. I think it's already in the works. It's already happening, but it doesn't matter. The point is, don't be using hashtags on Facebook. Make sure that you copy paste into your Instagram and you figure the whole thing out. Okay. Now reels. Moving on to your reels is you want to put on that list to do one reel a day. If you can do different content on the platforms, perfect. What's the algorithm for TikTok? As many reels as possible. What's the algorithm for Instagram? Once enough, or once a couple of weeks, according to research. But once a day is good for me. So what I do is I put it on Instagram and then I put it on Facebook. Okay. That could be one of your posts. Your Facebook reel could be one of your posts because it goes on the timeline, and then you'll see views and reactions and comments. So you can consider that a post, right? And that's where you can sneak in business and opportunity and product a little bit more often than you're posting. So take notes of that. Your reels is where you can go a little bit deeper into that. And obviously we're going to have training on reels. This is just a to-do list. I'm just letting you guys know this is just a to-do list. So you have stories, you have a post, you have live, you have reels. Boom, we're knocking out a lot of things. You have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have Facebook. Find a way to work them all together, okay? Because you're a busy person. If you have a full-time job, you're a busy person. If you're at home with your kids, you are a busy person. If you invest and you do other things, you have other businesses, you're a busy person. So how are you going to find the time? To-do list, automate, combine, have a structure, figure out how things are going to work out for you. Okay. Now in that to-do list, we're not talking about Messenger right now, but in my personal to-do list, messaging a certain amount of people, following up with a certain amount of people, those things are included in my thing. I don't have to include it right now, right? We're just talking about the posting and the quality and the content and being on social media. So we can leave that for some other time. Those are more strategies that we need to use in business, right? But right now we're just kind of getting you guys to realize, okay, this is this is the social media presence that I want to do. You want to be there, so go live, go post, go stories consistently, guys. Not one day yes, one day no. Consistently, like clockwork. Every single day you're there. That's just what it is, because you need people to get to know you. So Jess, let me know if I missed anything. I think that was more than enough, but let me know. Okay.
No, you're good. So we're going to provide in the chat. Again, if you're not in the Telegram chat, make sure that you ask me for my link, or just go to my Facebook or Instagram. And it's on the link on my bio, and you'll see it right there. Well, we're going to provide the to-do list. We're going to provide the 4-to-1 graphic formula and the weekly planner, so you can put your 4-to-1 formula into your weekly planner. And what was I going to say? Please drop any questions before we take off from this Zoom today. If you understood the 4-to-1 formula. Meanwhile, I give you an example of number 2, because I forgot to give you an example of the 2 days of eluding your business. So meanwhile, I give that example really quick. Drop your questions in the chat so I can answer them before I leave if you didn't understand the formula. Number 2, or the 2 days out of the week, which is eluding the business, was a little bit hard for me. So that's why I'm like, you know what, let me give a quick example. Because I gave an example for the four first days, or the 4 days out of the week. I gave an example, but not of the 2 days that you're eluding your product or service. So let's say I sell colors or markers. This is my product. The way that I can elude it is posting this drawing, and let's say these markers do magic and they don't transfer, like, you know how they transfer like this. So I'm gonna post this picture and I'm like, I just love how these markers don't transfer, and I don't have to worry about staining my table. And that's it. That's eluding your product. And then you go on your stories and you're coloring with your kids or by yourself, and then you do a reel about coloring, whether it's funny or showing your product. and just giving like a fun fact, but not really saying that you're selling it, just a fun fact that you love about the product that you do sell, but you're not saying that you're selling it, you're just diluting it. Or for example, for a service-based company, like let me give, for example, an example for Raul that does credit. We both do credit repair. So you want to post the results of a client that you help. You can put something like, this person, and I see him do that all the time, this person just got deleted a negative item from his credit, and then just put it on your stories. Do a little quick reel how you can do a reel, pick a trending audio and do a quick reel putting, you could delete negative items from your credit, and then go live and talk about something that has to do with that, or do a post that has to do with that. Not really focusing on selling, but just providing some information about that. So that was just a little example how to elude your product. And then again, the one day out of the week, you're going to be super direct, and you're going to be like, buy it, join it, or go to the link in my bio and get it now. Let me see if there's any questions in the chat. I don't see any. So next week, we're gonna do reels. I know I have a lot of people that are so scared of reels. Raul was one of them. I'm saying it and I'm recording this. Yes, he was afraid of this. He's like, I don't know how to do it. And I'm like, you don't need to know how to do it. You just start, and then you learn in the process. And now he's coming up with his own ideas. Like at first, I'm like, look, do this with this sound and apply it to your business. And now he's making his own. You just start, make one, and then go from there. So we're going to teach you how to do reels, how to put captions, and how to edit, or maybe we'll even go into, yes, just start. Like a lot of people are scared of going live. Just go live. Just do it once, 5 minutes. Put yourself a timer or something and say, I'm going to go live 5 minutes, and just start. In the process, you're going to get better. So next week, we'll do a training about reels, and I'll show you what I've learned so far. I'm not an expert, but I've been doing it for at least 90 days. I've been doing reels for at least 90 days, and I've been getting in better and better. And I can see that when I scroll down a few weeks or months back, that my TikToks and my reels got better, my transitions got better, my ideas got better. So I can give you guys some tips on that. And I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining, and stay tuned for the chat for the graphics that I'll put. Whatever you didn't catch, we are going to also put the recording in the Telegram chat. Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Good night. Thank you.